Grow Garden players. So basically, Grow Garden is dying. Let me explain. So, do you know how Grow Garden just suddenly had like 20 million players? And it's just a gardening game. Most people used to find it boring, but then now they find it fun. Yeah, and it was all because they're not bots, but they like the simplicity of the games. The games are simple, they're easy to understand, not much info. However, in games like Blox Fruits, let's say for example, it used to be one of the leading games, but then they added too many mechanisms to make it very complicated, and people don't want complexity. So they chose an easier game to understand, to play, and to have fun. Grow Garden. However, because Grow Garden was known for its simplicity, Jandel tried to do that, but at the same time, you need to keep the player count stable. You can't not release updates like Blox Fruits and then make the player count drop, because then your game won't get any attention. So you don't want that. What the owner of Grow Garden did to make it more fun, engaging, keep its player count high, is release weekly updates and weekly admin abuse and all sorts of stuff. But then there's one problem with this weekly update schedule. It is that with all of these updates piling up, the game will lose its simplicity. Yes, so basically there was the Easter update, and then the Angry Plant update, and then there were a lot more like Moonlit update, Bloodlit update, and then Bee update, and then what other updates are there? There are a ton of updates. Cooking update, Zen update, Corrupted update, and I could go on. Like Beanstalk update, more yeah. So basically, with all of these, the game is losing its simplicity. The game isn't simple anymore. You don't just go to seeds, get a few seeds, go to your garden, plant them, put some sprinklers if you want, get fruits, sell them, and get money. Yeah, no, it's not simple. However, other games that are currently competing with Grow Garden, such as Steel Brain Rot, for example, they're not that simple, but they're still pretty simple. They have, Steel Brain Rot has mutations, and that could be a bit complicated, but the main point of the game is to just buy Brain Rot, steal Brain Rot, and then make money, rebirth. Pretty simple, right? People might get bored later on, but not yet. However, Grow Garden, just way too many updates, way too much complexity, now especially with the Traveling Merchants, Garden Guide, crafting, cosmetics, and especially trading system. Everything is just way too complicated. So this is why Grow Garden might be dying. If you have any other comments about this, leave it in the comments section below and subscribe. Bye.